Hello and welcome to Left Coast Live. It is Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. I'm your host, Dieter McBusiness, American Wasp, joined as always by the one and only StatPat Stateless Patriot. We are California lefties talking to you about national and state politics. But today is a special day because today is the 5th year anniversary of the greatest insurrection attempted on our federal government since the Civil War.
Hmm.
Isn't that something to be proud of? And the president, who was the president that day, is currently the president. And so we didn't
Hmm.
learn a lesson from that day to the
Nope.
extent that we reelected him, Stat Pat. So here we
No, of
are, where
course.
it's all coming crashing down. All of the left's greatest fears about the right have been realized. It's not hype. Everyone said, calm down. The right's not that bad. The right's not that bad. Yep,
Hmm.
they are that bad. And they're never coming back. That's one thing that
Yeah.
I'm trying to express to all of my people is have a funeral. Have a funeral for the relationships in your life for conservatives, not just MAGA. I'm talking about all conservatives. Anybody who harbors or otherwise defends MAGA, I don't have any place for you in my life.
No. Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. It's so far gone at this point. I mean, you can easily see why. Like it's just like the more time goes on, the more vindicated I feel about my
Yeah,
intent to distance myself from politics in general. But like the thing is like it's been such a crazy past week so far. I mean, even since the um, Epstein file dropped, which we're still seeing the repercussions of. It's just been absolutely nuts. It's like there's definitely a one-on-one correlation between the the more I'm paying attention to politics in general and engaging with it, and the worse I feel about shit in general.
right.
Like the more depressed I get, you know.
Yeah, no, I think there's a balancing act where, in order to be a responsible citizen who takes their citizenship seriously, you do need to be paying at least some attention to current events. But at the same time, yeah, if you're an educated, enlightened, and empathetic person, and you keep hearing about
Mm,
what's going on with this administration, then it brings you to a place of despair. And nobody wants to feel despair. But I mean, yeah, like the thing that I'm having a tough time with now is we got 3 more years with this asshole.
yeah, yeah, no
That's the tough
kidding.
part. We got 2026, 2027, and more than half of 2028. Unless he resigns or dies,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
he's not gonna die. So maybe he resigns. I don't
yeah.
know.
He's not going anywhere. That's for damn sure. Somebody will probably take him out if he takes things too far. This is going to be an even crazier year. Like 2025 was insane enough. Now we're getting straight into like, oh, we're just gonna play the conqueror. You know,
Yeah,
we're flexing our military might, and
right.
we're the propaganda is already being churned out there. Might makes right, and we need to secure the entire Western Hemisphere and shit.
Right.
It's like
No, so for those
it's
of you who watch our channel who might not know the terminology inside and out, this is imperialism. This
yeah.
is nothing more than imperialism. And back in the old days, they used to call it colonialism. But colonialism was just nothing more than a specific form of imperialism.
Basically, yeah.
Imperialism is expanding your borders by way of force,
Yeah.
and that's what this Venezuela thing seems to be about. They're trying to talk about Greenland. I mean, I
Hmm.
think it's also too motivated by the Epstein files. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people who think, including myself, that he is taking on Venezuela like this to distract from the release of the Epstein files, which has gotten worse and worse and worse every day for
Yeah.
them. But it still's not moving the needle that much.
No.
I think he's still got an 85 or 87% approval rating with Republicans,
Hmm.
so they don't care. They
No,
don't
of
care.
course
They think
not.
there's they think there's like a statute of limitations on pedophilia.
Mm-mm.
That's what they think. They oh, it happened so long ago. And I talked to one guy, who's this heartless prick. He was like, oh, the women knew the deal. They knew the deal. Are you serious?
God,
I was like, are you serious? You're a
the
piece of
women.
shit. I haven't talked to him in a while. That was a couple years ago when it first broke out. But when he said that, I haven't
Yeah,
talked to him since he said that to me. I was like, wow, you have no empathy for,
yeah,
you
no
know,
kidding.
teenage girls.
It's power dynamics. Like they're not able to consent or anything like that. And like being put in that position, you feel pressured to go along or face potential harm or repercussions down the line or be a target, which is literally the case right now with a lot of the victims. For fuck's sake, some of them are dead right now.
Right.
Some of the like there was the oh god, we can get all sorts of bad stuff that's come out of it, but like if anything, this latest shit with Venezuela and us going in there and basically like just forcefully removing Maduro out of there, which was kind of it was all set up. Like it wasn't like how they're portraying it in the media or the White House saying, "Oh, it was that easy. We got it out of there in like 3 hours or something like that." And wow, it just goes to show how great we are as it's bullshit, absolute
Right.
bullshit. This was this was a setup from the inside. There was intel coming out of the Maduro regime. We had spies in the country, and I believe a deal was struck. And it's not over yet. Like it hasn't been finalized. We're still going to learn more and more as time goes out, as time goes on. But Russia had people in the country. I don't know if it was ambassadors or people at an embassy or people just working in the country on behalf of the Russian government. I'm not sure. But they were actually taken out of the country or told to leave back on December 20th, meaning they had a
They knew
heads
something
up
was going to
about
happen.
this.
Yeah.
Yes, they had a heads up about this. They got a heads up, but China didn't, and I forget who else had people there. I think it was I forget it was some European country, I think, but they were totally caught off guard. The people that China had there, they had no idea that this was coming. They had no idea that this was going on, but Russia did. That should that should say a whole hell of a lot.
Which makes
Um,
sense. I mean, of
yeah,
course, Trump's going to call up his buddy Putin and give him a heads up.
yeah, some or I mean, this administration definitely has ties to Russia.
Yeah.
There's no doubt whatsoever.
Well,
The thing is, um, it, Russia had ties to Venezuela because they were trying to get their hands on that oil and shit, and just all the fucking lies just being blasted out there by right wing propagandists that oh well Russia and China were stealing Venezuelan oil. Should we let them get away with that? It's like
I
no,
know.
they're not stealing the oil. They're fucking buying it.
No, they're
They're
just
just not
making shit up. Yeah.
they're just not using U.S. dollars to purchase it. You know,
Right.
and that's the gravest sin. That's what this all fucking comes down
Well,
to.
I popped over to Fox News when the news first broke, and of course
Hmm.
there was some rally going on in Red, Florida, with all the Venezuelans,
Hmm.
um, and they were all celebrating or whatever. And it's like that's great. That's a great look. It's just they're gonna
Right.
try and make Venezuelan Americans the next Cuban Americans now, is what they're gonna do.
Yeah, and you know what? We know what's funny. There was so much fear mongering from this administration and right wing propagandists that do the bidding of the fucking White House and shit. And there was so much fear mongering about Venezuelans and the migrants that are here. Some of which that oh Venezuelan gangs, and so we're ISIS rounding them up and sending them to to CCOT, the fucking concentration camp that we have in El Salvador, and now Kristi Noem is like, if Venezuelans want to apply for refugee status, we'll process it. It's just like, wow, what the fuck? It's like there cannot be enough felt for it again awards to be handed out to all of MAGA who just like I think really are experiencing just crazy whiplash by just by the sheer fact that the Trump administration is just flipping on a dime like crazy,
Hmm.
be it this, that, or the other, and they can't even
Well,
keep up with
so
their own talking points.
he's still going to hold on to the Confederate flag waving, Bible beating gun nuts. He's
Hmm.
always going to have the heartless one percenters because all they care about is his tax cuts.
Yeah,
So that's the cult right there. The peripheral parties that I've been having fun watching on YouTube is the Latinos. The
yeah,
Latinos that went for Trump have like there's 1,000 videos out there of Latinos like,
yep,
oh, why'd I do it? It was such a mistake. And I'm like, yeah, you were warned. You were
yeah,
fucking warned. So guess what? I don't feel an ounce of sympathy for you. You knew January 6th happened. You knew Trump, you know, tried to steal the election in 2020. And if you
hmm,
didn't, then shame on you. I mean, you have to know the basics. If you're going to live here,
yeah,
if you're going to be a voting member, a valuable member of society by voting, then you have to be able to like get with the culture a little bit. And I don't mean to sound like a conservative condescending to immigrants, but if you haven't been here for more than 5, 10, 15, 20 years, then you need to listen to people who have been here longer than you so that you
hmm,
understand where we've come from. Because if you haven't lived through it, and this is the thing, this is why I think we work so well together, is because
hmm,
you didn't live through what I lived through, but you have studied it. And you
yes,
remember 9/11, and you've studied, because you remember 9/11, you've studied the policy failures of the 1980s and 90s that resulted in 9/11.
yeah,
And very few people have done that. That's what I was talking
yeah,
with a friend of mine earlier on a group chat, and
hmm,
we were talking about women's reproductive rights and how I was of the opinion that the morning after pill should be available at every major pharmacy for free for any woman that wants it, no questions asked. And my buddy chimed in. He's like, I think most men are down with that and understand that. And I'm like, no. Most men have no idea how important that would be. Most
yeah,
men have no idea how crucial that would
hmm,
be to preventing unwanted pregnancies and
one
unwanted
hundred percent.
abortions.
Yes, yeah. Not to mention, um, if someone was assaulted and doesn't doesn't have the money to
Right,
shell
for
out
the
40,
unwanted.
40, 40,
Yeah.
50 bucks for a morning
Yeah.
after pill. It could really save a lot of very young women, even
Yes.
girls, lives.
Yes.
Like I couldn't agree more. And like having that wherewithal to understand, you know how beneficial that would be, like how positive that would positively that would impact people's lives. It it really is lost on too many people.
Yeah, and I think men are more guilty of it than women, of just being caught up in their own shit and not being self-aware and
Hmm.
not being like, oh, well, if I do this, that's going to negatively affect that person, so I shouldn't do it. They don't even think that much. A lot of,
Yeah.
and these, that's the other thing that's been fun to watch is these videos of, they're not incels, but they're kind
Hmm.
of incels. Like these guys, these conservative young Gen Zers, these men, and they're going on these dating shows, and it's kind of like an old new version of what's that one that was on MTV with Jenny McCarthy back in the day?
Oh,
I forget. Yeah, Who's Up or something like that, or
no idea.
forget it. Anyway, it's like they're like these dating shows where these guys are vying for this girl's attention,
Hmm.
and it's not like super like formal or anything like that. But
No, right.
somebody put a compilation together of them being asked, "Who did you vote for?" And then and then the whole room is just like, if they dodge the question at all, if they say I'm not a political person, or I don't think that's a big part of me, or God forbid they say I voted for Trump, then the whole room goes ballistic. So it is absolutely gratifying to see Gen Z men get cockblocked for voting for Trump,
One hundred
because
percent.
I think any and all forms of punishment are appropriate at this point. Look at what
Yes.
you have enabled.
Yes.
Look at what you have enabled. You say you didn't vote for this? Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did vote for it.
Yeah.
You could have read Project 2025, but you were too stupid or lazy to do it yourself. So you should
Mm-hmm.
have listened to people like us who
Yeah.
actually did do the reading.
Yeah. I actually, so when I was in Utah, I actually met with a longtime content creator, and we both talked about this exact thing. Like I told her before meeting up, like let's talk about leftism because she's a leftist, and the plight of men right now. And
Mm-hmm.
it's uh it's beautiful that a lot of Gen Z women are just not vying for Gen Z
No,
men
they're
at
going for
all.
millennial men. They're going for
Yes.
millennial men. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's precisely because of this, because a lot
Yeah.
of them are so fucking brainwashed by manosphere content, just total slop, total brain rot garbage, coming from guys who coddled the nutsack of Trump and
Joe
fucking other,
Rogan.
other yeah, it just like have no um critical bones in their body towards Trump or the Trump administration, because it's alpha to support Trump or whatever the fuck. And
Yeah,
so
I mean, I think it's just bullies. It's people who wish they could have been the bully at recess,
I
and they either were the bully at recess or they wanted to be the bully at recess. That's the personality type, I think, of these chauvinistic pigs.
I straight up told her, because we had like a 2 hour chat. I straight up told her, like, I believe that people like Andrew Tate and whoever the fuck else, Asmongold, like whoever in that sphere, are psyops to make men so undesirable by giving them all these horrible opinions and make them act just fucking like total pieces of shit. So that way, women find them undesirable. And I think it is a psyop to basically decline the population. And like she just like reached out and shook my hand, because like I really do believe that is the case, and it's not lost on a lot of leftists who understand propaganda, and who have even looked through the history of propaganda, um, perpetuated upon the United States by outside actors. Because a great example would be what was just revealed on Twitter, when Elon Musk made the excellent, I'm saying this totally unironically, excellent decision to make every account on Twitter make their location public. Like, what country is this account based in? And it didn't last long. He had to reverse course on that. But while it was, while
Yeah,
that
smart. I
little,
would have.
while that, yeah, it was, while that tool was actually live, I guess you could say, before he removed that tool, we saw that a lot of these right wing accounts that jerk off the Republicans and conservatism and Trump
From
and
other countries.
yeah, yeah, fucking India, Pakistan,
Yeah.
fucking
Kazakhstan.
yeah, Brazil, just not from America. And it's like, yeah, for
Well, I
for
mean, you look
one.
at this is just a different. It's a different context and manifestation, and the players are different from what Charlie Kirk did.
Mhm.
Charlie Kirk took basically Charlie Kirk. He didn't really do anything so much as the forces that be saw a particular type of person with him that could be used to serve their purpose.
One
And by
hundred
that
percent.
I mean to tear down the intellectual credibility of academic institutions,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
promote a lot of racist propaganda, like a
yes,
lot of racist propaganda and xenophobic propaganda, homophobic propaganda.
Yeah, he made it
Um,
okay
right,
to dismiss people based on
right,
DEI and shit.
right.
It's just another buzzword to dismiss anybody, any person of color or women, the LGBTQ in general. And it's like, yeah, like we know by history and be it intelligence agencies or unclassified documents or what have you, or even just like the evidence that outside countries utilize um, uh, the internet to coordinate influence campaigns
Mm-hmm.
on Americans. It's literally psychological warfare. Um, it's actually within it's actually documented that these outside influences push white supremacist content because they know that it is unhealthy for
Yeah.
the society. It's unhealthy for a population, and this is happening in Germany as well.
Yep.
It's happening in the UK, and we see the rise of their far right parties and shit. It's all coordinated to to destabilize these fucking countries. And
And
it's
that's
no different
actually
here.
like what you just described to me
And Russia's a big player.
is the good side of social media, where social media has exposed certain subcultures that many of us already knew existed, but many more people disputed that they existed. I'm
Hmm.
talking about racism. I'm
Yeah.
talking about xenophobia. I'm talking about the Confederacy. You know,
Hmm.
people thought that these cultures were pretty much dead. And now social
Right.
media, this is the mistake that a lot of people make. Social media did not resurrect or create these communities, it
Correct.
simply made them more visible, right?
Yes, 100%. Yes, yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's the case for whatever niche community you can think of, even if it's not politically related. Like
Right.
that's absolutely part and parcel with the advent of the internet, and it's just more exacerbated now because of social media and the way that it is being, I guess, utilize the way that the algorithms are structured. Um, they're being weaponized to, I guess, curate each individual person's feed, so that way they are more than likely to see extremist content the more they
Right.
interact with it and whatnot. And Russia figured this out pretty early on, and a lot of people say, "Oh, Russia, Russia, Russia." They gave Trump the 2016 election. It's just like not in the way that you think. They ran influence campaigns, but that was just the beginning. Like Trump won, and then the real um, cavalcade of propaganda followed him. You know, there like before that, like sure you had the Tea Party, you had the Heritage Foundation was coming up, Turning Points was just starting, but without Trump and without the victory that Trump got in the 2016 election, I genuinely feel like you wouldn't have as profound of a right wing media apparatus.
No,
You
no
know,
way.
and it's
No, I
like,
mean, he created his own social network with Truth Social.
yeah, yeah, because he got
And
kicked off of Twitter. Yeah.
he created his own fucking currency as the most corrupt administration in history. His net
Yes.
worth,
Yeah.
since he won in 2016, his net worth has gone from like 2 billion to 10 billion.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
It's absurd
it,
how much wealthier he's gotten since he won the presidency in 2016. But I
yeah.
tell you what, like, I mean, the thing that, we always end up coming back to is like shame on the Democrats for letting them happen. I mean, you have to be a pretty incompetent idiot to let somebody like that beat you.
Well, at this point, they're a collaborationist party, and I'm failing to be convinced otherwise. Honestly, I I saw a great meme recently. Do you remember the whole George Floyd thing and Derek Chauvin, the guy who kneeled on his neck?
Yeah.
The guy that was the officer that was standing behind him, I forget his name, but there's another officer that just like basically standing there watching it happen. And the meme was basically the Republican Party is Derek Chauvin looking down,
Yep.
kneeling on the neck of George
Yep.
Floyd, and the Democrats are the
Yep.
officers just standing behind them and watching.
Yep. Complicit.
Yeah, it couldn't be more fucking accurate.
Oh my God! Did you see the candlelight vigil that they had for January 6th? Let me see
No,
if I can find this.
is that today?
Yeah.
Something they had today?
Yeah. This is. Look at this. Look at this shit. Is this Schumer? Oh, tell me this is Schumer. Yes. Here, I'll have to share this screen here. Hold on.
It's
Share
looking like
screen.
the U.S. might be gearing up to intercept.
Look at this shit.
It's, huh?
So this is what they're doing with they're
Fucking
having a
shut
candlelight
goddamn
vigil.
Schumer.
A candlelight vigil instead of speeches where we yell at Republicans,
Right.
which is what we should be doing. I mean, there's no wonder that this party has a 18% approval rating internally or something like that. That's, I
Yeah.
think, where the Democrats' approval rating is at most recently. I mean, it's
Absolutely
pathetic.
insane.
How the hell you could believe that the establishment moderates know what's best for this party? Like, you're out of your mind.
Mm-mm.
You're out of your
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Like, wake up.
It's so pathetic. Like they will do the bare minimum and make it seem like it's just the boldest, grandest, most important thing in the entire world. It's all political theater. It's so pathetic. It's so transparent. Um, yeah, it's crazy because all the people that were pardoned by Trump for January 6th, so many of them have committed crimes again. Like they've been recharged with this, that, or the other because of course they're fucking criminals. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're insurrectionists, and they got away with it because Trump won and gave them a pardon. And lo and behold, wow, they went and committed more crimes. Um, I even posted earlier today. Today, a mob of Trump supporters, I mean tourists, carried out an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol 5 years ago. But Trump didn't instigate it, even though those who intended said they did it for Trump, who told them to march to the Capitol with them. And actually, it was a peaceful protest, even though the attendees fought with police officers and destroyed property. But those were all actors, even though five of them died. And it was actually Antifa who staged the riot, but Trump pardoned all of them. So a bunch of criminal Antifa thugs walked free to commit more crimes after trying to stop the certification of the election or something. But it's the left who engages in undemocratic behavior.
This is the them walking to the vigil together. This is pathetic.
Jesus
These comments,
Christ.
they got absolutely crushed in these comments.
Yeah, of course it did. Yeah, libs
Yeah,
TikTok,
I mean,
stochastic terrorist. Yeah,
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
bitch, stupid cunt. Yeah, I mean, is this really what they're doing? So like the Senate and House is in session right now, and this is how they decide to spend their fucking time, not fucking introducing legislation to like recommit or recharge all these fucking all these attendees or some shit, or do something about the fact that fucking Trump just went in and kidnapped a foreign head of state. Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched any of the Fox News propaganda on this one, but I mean, it's pretty out of control. Like, I mean, I'm just sitting there
Yeah.
watching it, and I was watching all these YouTube videos pop up from Kalinsky and Mike Figueredo, a friend of the show,
Yeah.
and I'm like, am I surprised?
Yeah.
Not one bit.
Least
I'm not one.
surprising
I'm not
shit in the
surprised. I
world.
mean, you might be surprised by the target or the location. Maybe its proximity to the continental United States, because usually this kind of thing
Yeah.
happens in the Middle East. But you can't be surprised by this tactic that Trump's using. You
No,
cannot
yeah.
be surprised by it. And if you are surprised, then maybe find some friends in your life that know more about politics than you do.
Yeah.
Because people who have been paying attention to politics since the 90s, like, we can see what Trump is really easily. It's not hard. And this is, again, this is a major theme of the show this last 12 months. And I think maybe since the election of that when Kamala lost to Trump, where I think the left's narcissism is equality and everyone's opinions counts equally the same. Nope, not true at all. Opinions are not created equally. In fact, the
No.
purpose of having opinions is to compare and contrast them with others who have learned about the same topic, and thereby, in exchange of those opinions and discussion of them, you come to a consensus.
Yeah.
And the fact that that consensus was not strong enough to prevent Trump from getting reelected
Yeah.
is a huge testament to the failure that is the baby boomer Democratic Party.
Yeah.
I mean, the baby boomer conservatives are evil, but that's easy to see.
Hmm.
Like that, they don't disguise what they are, who they want. They think it's a Christian nation. They think abortion is murder. They think that, they want to teach the patriotic history and not, help us as a nation come to terms with the genocide of the Native Americans that we committed or the
Hmm.
enslavement of the African Americans that we committed. They don't want to do any of that, right?
Hmm.
That's the conservative package, and it's an appealing one if you want to feel good about yourself without having to do any of the work, without having to do
Yeah.
anything, right? That whole
Right.
American exceptionalism bullshit. And then you
Hmm.
got the Democrats, which is you can be rich too, you can be rich too, you can be
No.
rich too. And it's like when all real leftists, and I'm talking about moderates and centrists here now too, we want the basics.
Hmm.
Healthcare, education,
Yeah.
environment, elections, guns, cops, criminal justice, immigration. All of these things are very straightforward issues.
Hmm.
These are not these are not complicated problems. They're not. It's
No.
just a matter of prioritizing them on a federal and state level. I mean,
Yep.
where are the jokes about South Carolina public schools? Where
Hmm.
are the jokes about Alabama public schools? It's like you don't want us to call you ignorant white trash, yet you have the worst schools in the country. You don't contribute anything to the economy. You are a net negative on the economy. We are
Yes.
places like California and New York, Massachusetts, where I'm from originally. We're carrying you on our back, motherfuckers.
Hmm.
And you're
Yeah.
going to condescend to us?
Yeah.
No.
It's insane.
We are going to condescend to you for the rest of your life. And that's another thing. This, again, with the left's narcissism of equality, this is the second punch after that. It's going to be for their entire lives.
Hmm.
We will shun them. We will shame them. We will demean, denigrate, and actively disrespect them until the day they die or the day they repent. And since they're in a cult, they're not going to repent. So get ready for a lifelong conflict.
Yeah.
America's worth it. That's the justification is America. She's worth it.
Yeah. Exactly. Bingo. God, I couldn't fucking agree more. I mean, when you have Oklahoma, the every single county goes for Trump, and it's worse in the state, fucking across the board, 50th in test scores. Then you have Massachusetts. Every single county goes to Kamala
Hillary.
Harris,
Yeah,
and,
Kamala, yeah.
they're like first in pretty much everything. Most
Yes.
things, at least. Test scores is one of them. So it's
Yes.
like,
Well, Massachusetts always produces the best students in the country, and
oh
it's
yeah,
because it's the capital of American academia. That's why.
it can't get more clear cut than that. But it goes back to 2016. Trump has basically given everybody their permission to be their worst,
Right.
permission to be their stupidest, to be their most heinous, to be their most bigoted, all that shit. And so, of course, they're going to have a disdain for academia. Of course, they're going to have a disdain for human rights, and the only thing that really matters now is power. Honestly, you cannot convince someone um, like these people that they're wrong, because they really are in the cult. I mean, look no further than what's happening right now. Trump initially goes out like, don't want to start no new wars, don't want to take unnecessary
Right. Yeah.
military action, anything like that, and you know, all his sycophants are like, yeah, no globalism, America first. America first. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about since the beginning. Since Trump ran for president. Since he campaigned on putting America first. And now that we have taken out Maduro, he is literally just out and out saying it, like, oh yeah, we're gonna put our oil companies in there and we're going to extract the
Yes.
oil. We're going to temporarily
Yes.
control Venezuela. This means that the fucking drug boats were a lie.
Yes.
The claims about fentanyl and shit were a lie. The seizure of these giant tankers because they're stolen oil, fucking lie. The issue is, oh, Venezuela, yeah, it ran by a dictator. Sure, Maduro's not a fucking great guy. No, you're not gonna see me weep for him whatsoever. The sin that he committed was that he wasn't selling oil with U.S. dollars. Now the dictators in the Middle East, fucking that brutalize their people and shit. They run oppressive countries. It's totally fine what the fuck they do because they're selling their oil in the petrodollar, baby.
Right.
So now that we went down there and we bombed the fucking country, MAG is going. They go from resisting globalism and America first to, oh wow, we should just take over every country.
No, but
We
that
should,
is
we,
America first to them. But so the Venezuela thing with the
yeah,
oil, that is America first to them. And this is again, this goes back to a lot of things that we talk about on this show.
so fucking
I mean,
funny.
if I had to reduce our show down to one thing, it would be self awareness for America. We
Yeah,
want to give Americans self awareness. And the step number one in that self awareness is American exceptionalism and this idea of manifest destiny. And we are entitled to expand this country across the continent. And now, apparently, thanks to Trump's recent military actions, like
yeah,
we're apparently entitled to take over other countries too.
yeah.
Like, as long as they're close and as long as they have resources that we want, then we're entitled. I mean, we're going back into the Stone Ages of the British Empire with this shit.
Really though, it's like we're fucking Neanderthals. It's just incredible the cognitive dissonance. Excuse me.
Jesus.
the the cognitive dissonance and the mental gymnastics on full display is just fucking astounding. Like interfering and intervening in the affairs of other countries against their will is somehow America first now.
Right.
It's like, how the fuck do you square that circle? But
No, it's
then
just a distraction. It's just a
that yeah,
distraction for the Epstein files.
100%. That's it. Yeah, but then again, like I should be I shouldn't be surprised because where would the right be today without hypocrisy or double standards? It's their fucking crutch, and they
Yeah.
haven't worn it out yet. That's
Narcissism,
yeah,
ignorance, and hypocrisy.
yeah,
That's the big three. The big three sins of the American right is narcissism, ignorance, and hypocrisy. I think the again, like what I say in my 50 million um, citizen episode, where I just define MAGA as about 50 million. It's now gone up to 55 or 60 million voting age adults in America. But I talk about how um, you know that they it's hard to come to terms with how big MAGA is, right? The most difficult part of understanding MAGA is understanding its size. Well, the same is true for understanding how big the size of their entitlement is, how narcissistic their entitlement is.
Hmm.
How many? Because only 1 out of 6 Americans suffer from narcissistic personality disorder. That's actually quite a few. 1 out of 6 is a lot. But that doesn't mean that means that of those remaining 5 out of 6, 2 or 3 of them are going to have narcissistic tendencies. It's just a question of whether or not they're aware of them. And
Yeah.
we just live in a very narcissistic culture. I mean, look at Hollywood. Look at our celebrity culture. Look at the fucking Kardashians. Kind of say it all, right? Like the American dream used to be to come from nothing and own a whole chain of McDonald's or 7-Elevens or car dealerships or
Hmm.
something like that, and
Yeah.
be worth $50 to $100 million. That used to be the American dream. Now it's being a famous billionaire without having to do anything.
Yeah.
That's basically the American dream
Yeah.
now.
It's crazy how it's all
Is being a
changed.
Kardashian,
Yeah.
and it's just so fifth year anniversary. By ironically, my mother's birthday is today.
Oh.
So when this happened for real, it was like, yep, this is God telling me that I need to be involved in politics. This is not an accident that this is happening. But yeah, no, I
It's
mean,
crazy.
it's not a surprise that the establishment left, has no idea how to culturally monetize that historical event, that historical atrocity, that
Hmm.
embarrassment, that shame. Um, and they just don't have any balls.
No.
And I'm
Yeah.
not
Of
talking
course.
about, and I'm not. That's not a chauvinistic or a sexist or misogynistic comment. Like women can have balls too, but you gotta
Oh,
talk
big
shit to the
time.
bully. You gotta talk shit to the bully. No one's doing it.
Yeah.
No
Like
one
also,
is doing it in the establishment.
I'll say it. Like the content creator I met up with in Utah has bigger balls than I do. Like
Mm-hmm.
she wants to like go and fight in Ukraine. Like she
Oh
wants to,
wow,
yeah, like literally actually like kill some fascists. I'm just like,
good for her.
yeah, no, big time. Yeah, like bigger balls than any of these people who claim that like, oh yeah, what Trump's doing is just like the most base and base thing ever. It's showing uh strength by doing this and shit. He's just alienating people. We're really in a new age of imperialism because I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. You have China engaging in military exercises where they're basically um, doing like a mock blockade of what would be Taiwan. I don't. I wouldn't doubt whatsoever that they try to go for it sometime this year, probably pretty soon. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when it came down to Russia and their people in Venezuela being, I guess, evacuated because they were notified, the deal that was struck there, it's believed to be, the U.S. will get Venezuela and Russia will get Ukraine. And then, of course, China is probably going to take Taiwan. And then it's
Yeah,
like, if I I mean, Russia is working with the United States. I don't doubt that for a second.
right.
It just on a long enough timeline, they're going to start carving out pieces of the fucking global map, and I think they're just going to start taking as much as they fucking can.
Yeah.
I don't think formalities are a thing anymore. I don't think civilities um, are going to mean fucking much in the future. At least as long as Trump stays in power, I wouldn't even doubt if they try to stage some sort of false flag thing to stop fucking the midterms from happening. Even Trump's kind of teased some shit about that. 'Cause he has the power to do it and shit. But also at the same time, it's like, are these people even fucking competent enough? It's like there that there's been so much that has happened, but they've gotten embarrassed time and time again. The courts, for what it's worth, has have kind of held their own, and it's like I was telling this creator I was talking about at the beginning of 2025. I was just beside myself. I couldn't believe how much was being destroyed so fast.
Hmm.
You know, and it's all being done on purpose. You know, fucking chaos, chaos, chaos. Flood the zone. Can't keep up with any of it. Like, there's still so much that we don't understand is just completely fucking ruined. Like,
Hmm.
at first, that was it for me. But like, as the year went on, you know, that fear kind of like changed from, oh, uh, nobody has any idea what the fuck they're doing. Like, these are all children.
Yes.
They're 12-year-olds running the fucking government right now.
Yes.
Like, they don't care about the
Except
consequences.
for Steve Bannon and Stephen Miller, I would say
Sure, I mean,
they
there
kind of know what they're doing.
they act like fucking children too. I mean, even they have their fucking blind spots too, and throw a fit when they don't get their way. That's for
No, I'm sure
damn
it's more
sure.
of the people that like whose names we don't know that are really writing the rules and they're writing the policies and
Yeah,
suggesting things. But those
Russell Vought
two,
is a big major component of this administration for sure,
mhm.
as well as Larry Ellison.
Yeah, Larry
Um,
Ellison's got to go, and his son David is going to be around. He's my age, and
God,
I almost went and worked for him.
that's
Actually,
crazy.
yeah, I almost went and worked for him. I'm really glad I didn't. But yeah, no, I mean, I think, um, I mean, we should. We have about 10 minutes left.
Yeah,
So I wanted to do the NFL playoffs real quick, but before we get
sure.
to that, is like I think in addition to the two tribes that and it's three tribes in one. Remember, Confederate flag waving, Bible beating, gun nuts, right?
Hmm.
That's the cult, and then they're
Yeah.
manipulated by heartless one percenters. I would add to that within the heartless one percenters, and they're not let all of them are rich, but the ones that matter are rich, are the Zion Nazis,
Yeah.
and that's I want a candidate in
Yeah.
2028 that's going to say we are going to destroy APAC, we are going
Hmm.
to destroy the NRA, and we are
Hmm.
going to prosecute uh, every
Netanyahu.
single, well, yeah, prosecute Netanyahu, but also every single Trump judge. Every single judge that Trump appointed is on the chopping block. First term, second term, I don't care. Anything that man was involved with is not staying. It is
Sure.
unacceptable.
Yeah, I
Go
would
ahead.
definitely agree with that. I would go after his administration before any of the judges, personally. But because the thing is, that can lead to a slippery slope to where the I guess the validation, for lack of a better term, of the justice system, is just fucking. It would probably just create a whole lot of problems. Not to mention, I mean, sure, there are definitely some judges who have given them way too much leeway, but there are a few that actually have ruled against
Then
them.
they can
And
resign. Then
yeah,
they can
sure,
resign, and then they can move out of the way.
yeah, of course,
Anything Trump has touched will
yeah,
not be a part of America's future.
yes,
There is nothing
yes,
redeemable about American Hitler.
yeah,
Okay? And I know
yeah.
you want to say, oh, but he made peace between Ukraine and Russia happen if that
No, he
happens or
didn't.
whatever. I
No,
don't care. I don't care if he makes peace happen every place outside the U.S. It's not peaceful here. It's
yeah,
fucking war. They're
yeah,
waging war on women's reproductive rights.
yeah,
Like that, in and of itself, is cause for civil war.
yeah,
Like it's time for the centrists and progressives too. And this is another thing that we try to offer here is how to fight. How do you fight back? How
hmm,
do you fight back? What does civil war counterattack look like in 2026, 2027, the 2030s? And that's
yeah,
why I'm talking about absolutes. That's why I'm talking about no. This is not something where you voted for Trump 3 times and it's like, oh well, I'm so glad you came over to the left and we'll welcome you with open arms. Like, no, welcome to the
no,
left, but shut the fuck up for the
yeah.
next 10 years.
Sit down and shut
Because
up.
you are fucking clueless.
Hmm.
You're not
For
going to
like
get a
three
pat on the
times.
back when you cross the aisle to come to our side. You're going to get a slap on the back and a push into the fucking chair.
Yeah,
So
like
you can sit down, shut up, and let the educated, enlightened, and empathetic go to work cleaning up the mess that was left behind by baby boomer conservative capitalism.
yeah. What just astounds me, confounds me, probably like more accurately, is just there's no curiosity whatsoever from the right, the MAGA right especially. And what I mean is, don't you don't you want to be sure of something instead of just being fed something so like you can repeat it later on, like without having anything to back it up? Don't you want to know shit? Don't you want to have knowledge, information?
No, they want the
Like
opinion.
no, yeah, that's it. They want to be told what to say, told what to do, and that's it. And that's like the biggest difference between most, I guess, normal people and the
The
MAGA
MAGA
right.
trash. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And what's especially frustrating about that is like because of that, these people aren't able to identify when they're being lied to because Trump lies more often than he fucking
Yes.
breathes.
Yes.
Like there's less oxygen in his fucking head because he needs to exert as many lies as he possibly can with every breath he draws.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are they not able to identify lies and when they're being lied to, they don't ask for evidence of shit.
No, they
They're
don't know
in,
how to
they're
think critically. They just
they're
don't know
in,
how to
they're
think.
incapable of logic.
Yeah.
They think fact checking is fucking, I don't know,
They
Marxist or
go into
some shit.
They go into Breitbart and fact check.
Sure, yeah, it's like they're entitled to their own facts, like alternative facts and shit,
Alternative
or
facts. Yeah.
crazy, yeah. And so like with that, I, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even. What do you even? What do you even do? They're just too far gone at that point.
War.
You know? Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
mean, it's again,
they're too
America's worth
stupid
it,
to
guys.
fucking function. Ugh.
America's worth it. Like I really feel like a big reason why we're here is because a guy named Barack Obama became president and preached love, kindness, and tolerance when he should have been preaching division, isolation, and radiation of the Confederate flag waving, Bible beating gun nuts. Like that's and it's just not his style. It's just not who he
Sure.
was, and that's why he
Sure.
was such a
And
mediocre president. Was because he was so preoccupied with getting everyone to like him.
sure. And I mean, I think with that, he probably just didn't have the foresight to see just how
But it wasn't
badly
conditioned
they
in
would
him.
have. Sure.
He
Yeah.
wasn't. But he
He
wasn't
was.
in him.
Yeah, yeah, and
It's not
not to
in him.
mention, it like he wasn't able to see how quickly it would devolve after he was gone. He was just like, "Well, I got a mess to clean up. The fucking economy just took a shit. I need to work with the other side of the aisle and make sure I'm passing all this shit to make sure everything's uh, the economy recovers and shit. I want to be able to prove myself because he has a fucking ego, and like, he
Right.
still does to this day. He's very fragile about his
No, but what
legacy."
we've had in the Democratic presidents are
Hmm.
presidents who understand the left,
Hmm.
but they don't understand the right.
Yes.
And what we need is a lefty president that is going to put into schools educational
Hmm.
programs that destroy conservatism. We need to start teaching the youth of America from a very young age the
Hmm.
lessons of history. And this is not propaganda because it's all based in fact. Like we've
Yeah.
tried it every time we try it the conservatives way, America loses. You know,
Right.
I got into a Facebook battle years ago, like, and because I used to have a sign off on my Facebook post. This is before I was on YouTube, but when Trump got elected,
Hmm.
white trash wins, we all lose. And
Yeah.
a friend of mine from one of the schools I attended says, you know, Dave, Dieter, I appreciate your, you know, thoughts, but you know, I come from there, man, and those people are trying. They're trying really hard. And my response was, it's not my fault they don't know what's good for them. It's not my fault that they're too ignorant to understand how our
Sure.
society works. They should have studied more. They should have picked up a fucking book. They should have gotten off Fox News. I will
Yeah.
not waste one iota of emotional energy feeling sorry for anybody that thinks it's a good idea Donald Trump become president, whether it was in
Hmm.
2016, 2020, or 2024. You voted for
Yeah.
him 3 times? Fuck off and die. You voted for him less than 3 times? Then, you know, we can talk,
There's what.
but
Yeah.
you're going to be doing a lot more listening than I am. You're going
Hmm.
to be talking about 10% for as much and listening about 90% of the time.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to go. Like, no more of this equality. This is the enemy.
Yeah.
I'm starting to come around on this, dude. I really think
No.
like
Yeah.
this implicit cultural value of equality is kind of killing social progress.
Yes. I mean, I'm inclined to agree. Especially when you consider just the harm that's been done. Because in the face of ignorance, to meet that with like compassion instead of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, like tough love, I guess you could
Right.
say. Like that's it's why it's a big reason why we are where we are today.
Yep.
You know, you need to understand that a lot of people are too far gone, and you need to cut them off because I fucking had to do that too. Fucking like people that are a drain on me because they're all wrapped up in their own egos and they are just uh so worked up about themselves and have no um just no regard for anybody else or how anybody else feels or how they're treating others or how others are being impacted by them. Those people, yeah, they need to be fucking isolated. If they're not going to stand to listen to reason, or let alone fucking logic,
Yeah.
if they have no shred of open mindedness towards fucking anything, or even are capable of entertaining the possibility that they're wrong,
Right.
then the only solution really is isolation, and
There it is.
I've basically come to that conclusion as well.
Yeah, I feel like I've affected you a little bit where
Eh, it's
conservatism is a cancer that you cannot cut out. You must use radiation to get it out of your body. And
yeah,
that's what we got
it
to do. We got to divide, isolate, radiate, mitigate. They can all go live in Idaho.
yeah
Go.
it's
Give them
yeah,
Idaho.
sure,
Go
sure,
ahead.
yeah,
There's great fishing up in Idaho. Go ahead. Just stay
yeah,
there. Stay there. We don't
yeah.
want you in our cities. We
It's
don't
it's
want you in
just
our cities.
a lot has happened to me this past year, and the more I see, the more I believe, and like I definitely hear some of your ramblings every now and then, some of your points echo through my head. It's like, well, fucking, I've it makes a hell of a lot more sense now. You know, I see it firsthand with fucking this, that, or the other.
All
Yeah,
right. So real quick, who do you
NFL.
like? Who do you want in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the Niners, of course. They're looking
Niners, and
pretty.
who would you like to see them play?
Whoever, whoever they'll beat the easiest, I guess.
Oh man, come on.
But it's well, it's looking like
Broncos or
I
Bills?
uh out of those two, I think the Broncos have a better chance. But more than those two, I think the Patriots might actually be end up making it.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, I mean, it'd be crazy to see the Jaguars actually fucking
Yeah,
go
the
all the
Jags are good,
way.
man. The Jags
Yeah,
are
that's
good.
I was not expecting that at all. Yeah, but
But good luck getting through either the Patriots home field advantage or the Broncos home field advantage. I think the Bills. So the
right.
way this uh, tournament makeup has worked
Well,
out
is it?
perfectly for the
Well,
Patriots.
isn't the Super Bowl at Levi's Stadium this year?
Yeah, it's in San Francisco. Yeah, San
Yeah.
Jose.
So yeah. So it's like if the Niners play there, it's just like, oh, we're fucking home.
Yeah, but they didn't. Yeah, but they lost to the Seahawks, dude. So they were about to get the
They
number one
did.
seed, the
Yeah.
bye week, and the home field all the way through the Super Bowl, and they missed out on that. So I don't know. The
Yeah.
Niners are going to be a tough pick
Yeah.
because they just spent so much. They just spent so much energy trying to get that bye week by defeating the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But they are getting some players back. So I would love it. I want it to
Yes.
either if it's either the Niners or the Bears out of the NFC,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy.
That'd be
Seahawks
cool.
maybe it'd be okay, whatever. But everybody else, I don't want to see the Eagles
Oh
there.
yeah.
I don't want to see the Packers
I
there.
don't want to see the Seahawks
Um,
either.
yeah, and then in the AFC side, anybody but the Broncos, and now that the Ravens are out, anybody but the Broncos. As long as it's not
Yeah.
the Broncos out of the AFC, I'll be happy. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, for those who don't know, I'm a huge Patriots fan, and the tournament couldn't
Yeah.
have worked out better for us except for
Right.
us getting the number one seed. Because now, if we win, if we beat the Chargers, we're playing either the Jaguars if they win at home. So that's a Florida
Mm-hmm.
team coming into New England in the
Yeah.
dead of winter,
That would be
or
the yeah.
we're playing the winner of Steelers versus Texans, which is
Yeah.
fine with me either way because I don't think either one of those teams can go into Foxborough and win. So
Right.
ideally, it would be Bears versus Niners for the NFC Championship game, and then
Yeah.
Patriots versus the Bills for the AFC Championship game. That would be my perfect foursome, Final Four.
Yeah. It's gonna be a very, very interesting next 4 weeks for damn sure. We it'd be insane if we did get that Niners Patriots Super Bowl
That would be
since
awesome.
those are both our favorite teams. So
Be
yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
it
no,
would.
we'd
Yeah,
have to do a live stream. All right. Well, I think that does it for us today.
yeah.
We'll be back next week. And until then, please remember that you don't get change in America by asking nicely. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe both to my channel and StatPat's channel as well. And I will be on this space tomorrow at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, talking with my buddy Alex from Brooklyn about all the goings ons. Until
Sweet.
then, know the heart, but vote with the head.
Thank you guys. See you. See you next time.